Okay, so I have some channel messages regarding the energy today. It's 1:14 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday night into, it's actually Sunday now. Here's the thing. Well, February 15th, sorry. Here's the thing. The messages that I received had to do with elevating the brain, okay? And to get out of the matrix, to elevate the brain, okay? Because the program is the brain. So to me, what it looked like was this, we were in this like sphere, and all these connections were there, like a grid, old grid, okay? That was all brain-based. So it's going to be the fear stuff and the overthinking and the analyzing and being out of your heart, okay? So the key, okay? They have the zoomies now. The key is to elevate, and you are feeling your way through with your heart, okay? It's got to be based on love. I'm going to push through. So it's going to be based on love, but it's adding love. Hear the way that I'm saying this. Adding love to your brain, okay? So that it looks weird and it's hard to explain, but it's like you're feeling your way through here. It also, what I'm hearing too is, as above, so below. So below, as above. It has to be love. I'm not trying to rhyme, I promise. It just happens by accident whenever I channel. So you are bringing this energy because you know why. I'm going to keep going because I do this every time and it takes me days. Because the energy is really tough, because we're walking through the matrix in a bubble, but we're walking through it. That's why when you leave the house and it's chaos and things push against you and you feel like, I can't get anything done. That's why things like this happen. I turn the video on and it's mayhem when they were all literally sleeping before I turn the video on, okay? This is absent of feeling, absent of empathy. We are adding, I just heard my guide say, ooh, that's good. You're adding empathy to your brain, okay? So you're bringing love up. And what I want to tell you too, I'm going to say it anyway. Y'all can keep zooming. That's totally fine. I'll tell you why. 4D, 5D, 6D. They're going to fight now. Really? So when I described before, it wasn't even really 5, it was 5 and 6. It's the energy of 5, I know, 7, 8, 9. I always go 7, 8, 9, you know, for the dimensions. 6D. We have to elevate this. That's why everybody has headaches. Because we're elevating this. Okay, we're rewiring circuits in the brain, neural pathways in the brain, rewiring them to be the frequency of love, 528 hertz. We have to bring the love up. So we're going up. It's a big deal. It's almost like the heart, 4D, this is the bridge, but it's almost like we're bypassing this to go to this. I hope this makes sense to somebody, because the way that I'm seeing it, it's very hard to describe. And what I'm hearing too is the number one thing to do, number one exercise, is to fall in love with yourself. Not ego stuff. You get where I'm going. We're getting rid of ego by adding love to your brain. Okay? So it's falling in love with yourself, because you are marrying divine masculine and feminine. Sorry, I said that backwards. Divine feminine, masculine for the sides of your body. I look opposite, inverted on the video, but left is feminine, right is masculine. Okay? That's why a lot of people, like, they may have trouble on the right side of their body. It's a lot of masculine energy, or vice versa. If you struggle with femininity, you might have trouble on the left. What I'm hearing too is it's also falling back in love with life. That's a big one. That's a big one. Because the in love vibration is the higher chakras and densities and dimensions. okay? So it's an in-love feeling. You want to get out of fear immediately? Shift to that as an actual frequency, not as a, oh, that's nice, that's a sweet thing. Oh, no. This is quantum physics, okay? When you are in love, you fall back in love with yourself. Your quirky stuff, your nerdy stuff, your stuff you're like, ugh, you know, I wish was fixed today, but I don't have any patience, so let me do something I can fix today because I'm trying to, you know, yeah, I'm talking to somebody. Don't worry about the stuff you can't fix today. Focus on becoming who you came to be. So it's falling back in love with yourself. That in love, the feeling is like a pulling back. It's a feminine feeling, pulling back, and you're attracting, you're not chasing. Okay, I know that's cliche, but that's the feeling. It's not a pushing masculine. It feels like you're pulling back, and you are laughing at the quirky stuff, okay? Because your body's been through it. You have been on one hell of a fucking mission. You have. And you may feel like you look like what you've been through. And ignore content creators who say, you know, your skin should glow and you should be rich, and otherwise people shouldn't follow you or take advice from you. If you've been in the throes of battle, especially for decades, some of the younger ones won't get it. You should be glowing and happy and wealthy, and they don't know, depending how chosen you are, you get fucking attacked spiritually left and right. It's a constant thing. And you are fending off these attacks. It's your finances, it's your health, it's sleep deprivation, it's all these kinds of things that you have to fend off. That's why we network and why we become a net and support each other, so we can help. You know, I lift you up, you lift me up. I lift you up, you lift me. And it's this network of light teams who are coming up and up and up, okay? Because they're not keeping track, they're not keeping score, they're not keeping count. They're doing it because they fucking love you. They're doing it because it needs to get done for the mission, for the bigger picture. So if you want to exit this matrix energy, it's connected to the brain. It's literally energetically connected to the brain, because I can see all these circuits and then they go right into your brain. Like energy circuits, it looks like. So the opposite would be love. It's like people who are in their head or people who are in their heart. It's a feeling universe you have to feel. But once you elevate this, third eye also, 6D, okay, once you elevate that and you've got this connection, it's connecting your head to your heart. And you are feeling your way through. The only way you can describe it is feeling your way through here. That you are connecting, bringing up that energy. And you are upgrading your brain. That's why they're saying visualize. The way to explain it, like the context of it, to visualize falling back in love with life, like your imagination. Falling back in love with life, falling back in love with yourself. It's through your imagination. You're going to start feeling through your brain. Okay, nobody's talking about this, but I got this message earlier today, and I'm getting it more detailed right now. It's that feeling. This is how you're going to upgrade this. Okay, so a lot of people are going to have headaches depending how much needs to be kind of elevated and pushed open. So don't be surprised if you're seeing things more. You might start really seeing into, you know, beyond the veils, and that can look a little scary, but if it's never happened to you. And also there's something that happens with that too, which is they're called flash headaches. So you may have, what happens is if you start to see in the corner of your eye and it scares you, the back of your third eye will slam shut, so you stop seeing. And it can feel like a flash headache is like you got hit with something, like it's painful. I had that when I first started mediumship, and certain things that looked a little scary, I'd slam it shut. That's normal, okay? Until you get more comfortable and you're shielding, you're calling, you know, highest forces, strong guide and protect you at all times. You're doing the salt, you're doing the sage, you're doing the clearings, you're doing the things, okay? It's important, but don't be surprised. This is up next, it feels like, okay? So don't be surprised if a lot of people start seeing all kinds of crazy shit, like outside of. But you want the key, that's a big one. Love you. Hope it helps.